So, let's talk about something we've all been through. You have a huge breakthrough, right? A life-changing experience, a massive insight. And then, what? What happens when you have to go back to your job, your family, your regular life? Well, that's what we're going to dive into. That crucial and honestly often forgotten final step of any real transformation. How to make it actually last.
Man, this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We all know that transformation high, that incredible feeling of clarity and possibility. It's amazing, but it's also temporary. The real test, the real journey, begins when you have to take that new awareness into the messy reality of your everyday life.
You know, to really get how to make change stick, we've got to understand the difference between two big ideas, the revelation and the integration. They sound similar, but they are worlds apart. And as we're about to see, one of them is way, way more valuable than the other.
Okay, let's break this down. So on one side, you've got revelation. This is the peak experience, the big aha moment. It's the fun card. It's the download, the awakening. But on the other side, you've got integration. And this is the real work. It's the day in, day out process of actually living the change. It's definitely less glamorous, but trust me, this is where the lasting magic really happens.
And this is just so key. While that big revelation feels like everything in the moment, it's really just the spark. The patient, steady practice of integration, that's what actually builds the fire. I mean, think about it. A spark that doesn't catch anything is just a flash in the pan. Integration is what creates real, sustainable change in your life.
So, what are we really talking about when we say integration? It's pretty simple, actually. It's the process of bringing that new, upgraded version of you back into your old world. It's about living out that new awareness, not when everything is perfect, but right in the middle of your perfectly normal, everyday life.
And you know, this idea is not some new thing. Not at all. It's actually the forgotten final chapter of pretty much every great story, what's often called the hero's journey. See, the quest isn't really over when the hero slays the dragon. It's only over when they come back home and share what they've learned.
And look, this idea is totally universal. Every single wisdom tradition has its own version of it. The wise sage doesn't just stay on the mountaintop meditating, right? No, they come back to the noisy, chaotic marketplace. The hero's final job is to bring the elixir, the treasure, the insight back to their people. And you don't become an elder just by learning things. You become one by actually using what you've learned.
All right, so we get it. We know why integration is so incredibly important. So now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about how to actually do it. We're going to shift from the why to the how, the practical stuff you can start using today.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, how do you hold on to that feeling of peace and clarity when you're facing a deadline, dealing with family drama, or just sitting in traffic? Okay, let's look at a really simple framework that can change everything.
Here it is. A super simple three-step process. First, you have to shift your mindset. It's not about reaching some finish line called, "I'm enlightened now." No, it's an ongoing practice. Second, you decide. You make a conscious choice that this follow-through work is actually the most important part. And third, you act. And listen, this isn't about changing your whole life at once. Just pick one small thing, one practice to anchor this new you into your daily life.
So what does this look like in the real world? It can be as simple as taking one single conscious breath before you react in a tense conversation. It's choosing to be kind where you used to be defensive. It's having that slightly awkward conversation with someone you love to explain how you see things differently now. And yeah, a lot of the time, it's just about staying centered when life is still life. You know, laundry, bills, traffic, the whole deal.
Okay, let's just zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. When we really truly commit to this practice of integration, we're doing something huge. We're fundamentally changing the entire point of personal growth itself.
And here it is, the real takeaway. True transformation was never about escaping your life for something better. It's always been about becoming more present, more conscious, more fully you in the life you already have. The whole point is to bring that wisdom from the mountaintop right down into the beautiful mess of your daily world.
At the end of the day, this isn't just a cool theory to think about. It's a living, breathing practice. So I'm going to leave you with this to think on. What's one new awareness from your own journey that you're going to choose to actively bring into your life, starting right now?